When a player wins it for a first time, it's, hoisting the cup and all that goes along with the parade and all that. But seeing your name, that moment when it's officially etched forever in Lord Stanley's Cup, that must really make it feel real.
There's those moments that you have in your career that, like, no one can take away from you. You get a chance to play in the Olympics, you make an all-star team, whatever it may be. That's the ultimate one right there to get. And, of course, you talk, a lot of guys are very, very excited to get the ring, and I would be too, mind you. But just to get your name etched on it, and I tell you what, I could not be happier for Sasha Barkov, for Bob, for these two guys. Sasha, I mean, will this finally give him the credit he deserves for this kid? I mean, he's just an absolute superstar. He wins the Selke Award. He's just a quiet, one of the best quiet, under-the-radar radar leaders, got that, in the game. And he went on beast mode for this team. And the other guy, Sergei Bobrovsky, he got signed there for one reason and one reason only. He got $10 million a year because he brought here to do that right there. Hoist that cup, be the backbone for the Florida Panthers. And those guys, with all the pressure on it they did, I am so happy for those guys. The Matthew Tkachuk, love the Tkachuk family. So come on, he got to raise the cup.
In the family.
That is awesome. Right, now that's some serious bragging rights in that family. You got to do something spectacular to get bragging rights in that family, and Matthew Tkachuk did, that's for sure. And the name you brought up just last.
Paul Maurice, right?
Unbelievable.
Like a hockey lifer. This guy's been coaching since 28 years old behind the bench. He's been behind the bench forever. And you don't know how many times these moments are going to come by. And for him to capitalize on this one in the way that they did, unbelievable.
Buddy, you're giving me the chills right now, the way you're talking.
Well, how about the way he talks? That gives people chills.
Oh, my God. Is there a guy that doesn't want to go to war with this guy? This guy
Say what you just said in the commercial break. That you would want to lace them up.
Oh, I would.
One more time
100%. If I could, dear God, I want to just put on the gear just one more time so I could hear his pregame speech. Because I got to imagine Paul Maurice's, and I know they're great because Brett Hedican, anybody that has ever played for Paul Maurice never has anything bad to say about him. He is such a classy guy. He has got so much respect throughout the league, players included, that everyone was pulling for him to win that Stanley Cup, and it was just great to see that. It almost is a relief when you see a guy that has committed his life to the NHL and worked so hard and been through the ringer and been through so many teams, been close, been not close, to finally get that moment with his trophy. I was so happy. And, of course, hey, I'm an old Panther, the fan base, man. They got a taste in '96, and they haven't had a sniff since. They've had to watch their home state rival become a dynasty, for crying out loud, and now they finally got their cup. I couldn't be happier for the organization, but the fan base is awesome.
Yeah, and we talked about, winning it once is great, but then you almost want it even more the second time around. So is it back to work for those guys right now, back to business? How do you toe that line this summer between enjoying your first Stanley Cup ever for a lot of these guys, yet the mission at hand is to go do it again, right? Because your team, that window is wide open right now.
And that is the balance. It's right there. How do you go back to back? Where do you draw the line? When is the partying end?
Don't know.
And the next season start? I would love to tell you from experience, but I don't know that one from experience. But it does come down to that. You said it. You nailed it. Once they get a taste, they want you almost, it's an addiction.
Right.
Once you get that one time you win, you
now
get
know what
that
it feels
feeling.
like.
You want it every year, and that's exactly how dynasties are built. Florida, let's see how long they can go with this one. But, man, it took everything. It took a mano-a-mano against Bob. The mano-a-mano against McDavid and Bob, the whole series was absolutely amazing storyline. The way the team came around. I mean, that was the commitment, that last play that we showed right there where Bobrovsky sprawled out, and you just see red jerseys flying in from everywhere, just throwing their face in front of it. They didn't care. That's what it takes to win a Stanley Cup.